Ravens week 1. We made it. The season is upon us. We're ready to start. Ravens, Raiders, week 1 coming right out. Yo guys, my name is Sunny. Welcome to szg.sports, and it's nice to be back. It's nice to be back to making not only live content, but pre-recorded content. It's fun. I love it. Takes more time, but I love it. And the preview videos is one of my favorite. Remember, we're also gonna be doing what I love and hate it from the game once the game passes. So make sure you subscribe, hit the bell, so you know every time I upload a video. Season's here, so obviously more content. Yo, Raiders, Ravens, and look, we took a hit. Not a great day yesterday for the Ravens. Gus Edwards and Peters, plus all the other players that we had lost and during the preseason time. It's been rough, but I still think this team has more than enough talent to compete, to make it to the playoff, and to do a deep run. We do have the talent. Now, Raiders team's not slouch, and we'll discuss them a little bit more. Let's talk about some. Look, week 1 is hard because week 1 you don't know how much a team progressed, how much a team digressed. So that's important to note. So I'm gonna bring you some stats from last year and see what you guys think. And with that, we're gonna finish our analysis of this game. Raiders and Ravens. On the defensive side, Ravens produced 39 sacks. They was 14 in the league. So middle of the pack, right? 39 sacks. And then the Raiders produced 21 sacks, 4th to last, right? So they were bottom of the league. And the Ravens yards per attempt and the passing side. So this is how much yards they were allowed. They allowed the second fewest yards per attempt at 6.4 clip. The Raiders 7.5, the 24th. Again, bottom of the league in the passing side. Now, on the rushing side, on the passing, let me finish with the touchdowns. They were 17th, so middle of the pack on passing touchdowns allowed, and the Ravens were 5th of the fewest passing TDs allowed, okay? And then if we talk about yards on the rushing side, rushing yards, they were 24th. That means they allow a lot of yards. The Ravens were the 8th fewest team to on the yard allowed. So the Ravens were good on the run defense. They were good on the pass defense. Sacks, obviously, we know we weren't great. We'll see how we do this year. And then, but attempts, this is one of the reasons the Ravens will say bend don't break. Although, again, yardage, we were not allowing a lot of yardage last year. Now, on the offensive side, Ravens, yards per attempt, the Ravens were 18th on the passing side. So we know we were 32nd. If you check, we were 32nd in passing yards, yes. But efficiency, we do efficient passing. So they were 18th, middle of the pack on the passing side. This is where the Raiders get their bread and butter. They were 4th. That means they were a splashy play team on the passing side. Obviously, Henry Ruggs did a lot of those deep yard connections with Carr, Waller, and some of that. Now, yards per completion, right? So the Ravens were first. They were 19. I'm sorry, not for completion. Yards per carry. Yards per carry. So this is on the rushing side. Ravens were first. Obviously, we were running all over the place. They can't stop a running guy. Okay, they were 19th. So they were middle of the pack to almost creeping to the latter part of the stats. And then touchdowns on the total. The Raiders were 6th. So not bad. And the Ravens were 3rd. So offensively, you see some potential there. And for obviously with the Ravens, they have been one of the most prolific teams, one of the best offensive teams in this league. Okay, so that being said, let's break it down a little bit. This game, I think, is going to become part of Ravens O-line. Let's start about keys to the game. Ravens O-line, how much can they hold? That's that center part of the Raiders D-line, not that special. Nothing great there. So, which is great for us. Zyler coming off an injury. Hopefully he's ready to go. Well, he should be ready for this game, but I'm saying like ready as because he missed a lot of time, not a lot of rust. The center Bozeman, hopefully he also, he sustained a small injury, but he should be ready. and not Rusty. And then left guard, we don't know who's gonna be there. My bet is on Ben Powers, but whoever it is, again, the Raiders not that strong in that middle. I know they have Solomon Thomas, some of the other pieces that they brought. I'm not sweating. Okay, now and that is my biggest fear, because if that middle, the O line, because jelly, like there's this penetration, it's gonna be a long day for Lamar Jackson. Now let's talk about the outside. The outside, you have Arnie Stanley, probably Rusty, and Alejandro Villanueva. What I'm expecting is they put Max Crosby on the right side, right, of the line, and then let them work with Alejandro Villanueva, which that has me worried. But that is not Lamar's blind side. I can see Lamar escaping out of that. And on the left side, Ronnie Stanley taking Farrell. Farrell's a guy that obviously has not lived to the third overall pick. Nobody thought he was a third overall pick. Only the Raiders thought that. And the Raiders always overvalue whoever they draft. But whatever. Ronnie Stanley, even Rusty, this is a good matchup. Look, one of the things we have to know, as with all these injuries, at least we had the Monday night. So it's good for this week, not necessarily for week 2. But Monday night gives you an extra day for this players to key on it, okay? Key number 2, obviously, is Lamar Jackson. Running lanes should be open because it's Lamar Jackson. But expect the Raiders to put a lot of pressure and make them one-dimensional, right? If the Raiders are smart, they're going to say they're running back. Whoever it is going to be Rusty or Williams. Williams is a guy that was in a practice squad last year. Who knows what he's going to be, right? So, saying that, if they're smart, they're going to put a lot of people in the box like a lot of teams have tried. They were bad defensively against the run. They were bad. Bottom of the league on the defensive side against the run. So that means they have to put a lot of players. We have to bring safety. So what this means for Lamar and receivers, key number 2, passing game. No drops, passing game, no bad throws, Lamar. I'm not saying no overthrowing a receiver. If you're escaping and you just need not to get a sack, you throw it away. But if the receiver's open, not throwing it too high, not throwing it too low, throw it to straight. Sammy Watkins, hopefully he's ready. Hollywood Brown will be also a big part of this game. And Brochet and Devin Duvernay. Those 4, big part. I don't think Wallace is going to be in this game plan, in my opinion, but who knows? I think the Ravens have everything, the receiver side, they can beat these corners. We're not talking elite corners here. We're talking about corners that are okay at best. And a good day, they're okay. Obviously, if your O-line struggles, that's going to change everything, because if a D-line is able to put pressure, that means your corners now have more leverage because the ball needs to come on quicker. They know it's coming hot and they can produce. Okay, I'm not expecting the Raiders necessarily to blitz. I'm expecting them to live in a box. Okay, so those are my 2 keys on offense. Passing game to be efficient. I don't need him to throw 500 yards, but if he throws 300, 2 touchdown passes, and then we run for a $130 as a team, not as Lamar, as a team, then we're in a good spot. We are in a good spot, and no turnovers. Now, on the other side, the Raiders are a good running team. I know the numbers not necessarily show it, but Jacobs eclipsed 1,000 yards, and then you had Drake that almost got 1,000. Obviously, they're bringing Drake this year to Oakland. So they have 2 really good running backs. So main thing is I want my front 5, right? And I'm calling front 5 because from Campbell to Marabuki, I'm expecting him to start, and McBaby clog that center A and B gap needs to be sealed. And then my outside between Houston, Odafe Owe, and Bowser. We know Bowser by now knows how to set the edge. He knows how to not over pursue, let the play develop, and then attack it. Houston, veteran, he knows that. And Odafe Owe, for whatever criticisms that I have had of Odafe Owe, he is good against the run. So if the guys don't over pursue, I'm expecting them to build a wall, let Patrick Queen then clean it up behind them and put the tackle. If you clean that and you make this team between the front 5 and then take Queen or Harrison and clean the tackle, front 7, right? But the front 5 needs to make sure they win that one-on-one matchup. No O-line in the second level. It's going to be good, because if you make them one-dimensional, now Now you can wait for the over the top. You know what their strategy is. Nobody's gonna button that play action fake, right? Okay, second key on the defense, making Carr uncomfortable. Making Carr uncomfortable is key. Carr is a good quarterback. I don't know why people hate on Derek Carr so much. Derek Carr, the problem with Derek Carr is one simple problem. He's in Oakland. He is in Oakland, a team that is dysfunctional, a team that had a better O-line last year that they had this year, okay? So, uncomfortable. Houston and Odafe Owe. I expect these two guys to come from the right side. You say, why the right side? Leatherwood's on the right side. Leatherwood, a good tackle coming out of college from Bama. Slower in his stance, slower in his feet. Odafe Owe wins with speed. Let's challenge him. Let's challenge Leatherwood with speed. And then you have a veteran against a rookie. Obviously, I take that. And because Bowser's not the greatest pass rush, I'll put it with Miller, which is not decent. He's a good left tackle, okay? Not Ronnie Stanley capable, but good left tackle. So that said, that is important. If you can get that matchup well, and then Campbell, you can win inside. Incognito might not play. If you can win inside, it's done deal. Pressure from the middle is the worst thing that can happen to a quarterback. We have the pieces to produce a pass rush against this particular team. I'm not gonna carry away against anything against this particular team. Okay, so key number 2 on defense. Pressure and make Carr uncomfortable. I'm not talking about let's get 5 sacks, 4 sacks. No. Give me a lot of pressures. Give me a 50, 60, 40, around that percentage of the passing plays, that Carr feels the pressure. And if you have that, then because in the pressure you get to hit him, right? Then you can put some QE hits, not sack, QE hits, which that means, they almost got me, and that internal clock for no reason starts going up, right? Okay, third key, make sure there's no splashy plays. They are gonna get the yards, right? They are gonna get the yards. They have Edwards, that's a really good receiver from South Carolina. Ruggs from Alabama. He can beat you over the top. I don't think any of these corners that we have are as fast enough for him. Although they work against Hollywood Brown, they probably are comparable speeds. Who I'm expecting against Ruggs, I think you put Avery. And then you say, Avery, you're going to keep up with him, right? They're going to give him some wiggle room. And then they're going to have a safety overlooking there. And if they say that safety looks that Avery got beat, he's going to go help him, okay? On the other side, then let Marlon take whoever's on the other side, including if he needs to be kicked inside and you put Tavon Young for a play or two outside. Again, especially in critical down, third and medium, third and long. Against Waller, you do that because you know how Marlon is. Marlon's amazing. Okay, key number 3, no splash plays. I think Carr gets around 300 yards, 250 to 300, but keep everything basically bend between the 20s. Don't break, and you should be fine, Ravens. This is a game that is set up for the Ravens to be successful. They are the better team. Mentally, obviously, they're coming in a cloud that, man, 2 of our guys get here back-to-back. Harbaugh canceled practice. This is a coaching job for this week. Harbaugh needs to bring this team and be focused. Do it for the brotherhood. Do it for the players. I think the Ravens win. Now, I do think it's probably going to be a lower score game. I think it's 13-24 Ravens. And I think it's a game that it's a good game because the Raiders are not a crap team. But the Ravens are a better team than the Raiders. So if they do everything right, as the Ravens usually do, it should be a W. Let me know, what do you think? Give me your game predictions down below. This week I could not have a behind enemy lines, but I already have one lineup for week 2 and I'm looking for week 3. But you know these episodes usually come with behind enemy lines. Make sure you subscribe. Follow me on IG, Twitter, and Facebook at szg.sports. Don't forget, every Monday I come live, 5 p.m. Eastern, where I take colors for fan. And second, don't forget, second channel, AFC North Talk. It's 4 of us, eat 1 per division. It's a lot of fun. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.